I can envision this place being a center with an emphasis on sacred dying and conscious dying. A place where an individual who is dying, who can't find a home to die or a place to die in the models that exist, nursing home, in their own home or hospital, but for somebody who wants to choose a different way.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
what does it mean to be a direct care volunteer at CCLD? I think the original idea is that it meant this romantic, beautiful notion of sitting at somebody's bedside and holding their hand and reading to them. And although that is one of the things that can happen if you're tending and when you get to tend and care for somebody in the suites, it's really so much bigger than that. Basically, 3 giant buckets of knowledge and experience that I think would be most helpful for anybody interested to know on the front end. One thing, and this is the part that is most attractive, is how to have a really solid, grounded presence and way of being that is calm, I think I already said grounded, and just ready to be with each other down here as volunteers and also with the residents and with their families, so that we have a consistent energy of care and support and willingness to be in service. So I'm going to put that in one bucket. And then the other buckets, 2 of them, they sort of go side by side. You can look around the suites. Like over here is the kitchen area, and we've got a dishwasher and refrigerator. There's washer and dryer back there, and this giant closet that has all of the medical supplies. But orienting to the space and just knowing where to find things and what are all the systems that keep us operational and keep us effective from day to day. And then the third piece, and I think this is the piece that most people don't realize, it's learning how to literally be a physical caregiver for people. So I'm gonna bring you into one of the rooms, and you can see this is the pine room. And as residents are here, it's important that we know how to physically tend to them in the bed, how to help them get to the toilet, and if they can't get to the toilet, how to take care of those needs while they're in the bed. A simple thing like maybe not a simple thing, how to change the sheets while somebody is in the bed. Knowing what medications to give and understanding how the record keeping works so that there's a schedule that is kept and the medication is locked up in a med closet, how to gain access, how to ensure that you're giving the right medication at the right time to the right resident. So what I want you to hear is that there's all these systems that are in place to ensure your safeness and the resident's safeness and build confidence with the family and the friends of the people that are here to die with us. One of the things that tends to happen is oftentimes volunteers come in and they're really excited and they think they want to do this thing, and then once coming down into the suites and serving a 5-hour turn, maybe they're bored, maybe they're overstimulated, maybe it's like, no, this isn't for me. I don't want to work with fluids that are coming out of somebody's body. I don't want to clean up vomit or be with somebody when they're in pain, knowing that there's really very little that you can personally do other than offer comfort and potentially medication. We honor, you'll hear this over and over in CCLD, we love your yeses, but more than anything, we honor your no's. And so it's empowering to say, I gave this a shot and it's not for me, and your no would be honored. All of our residents are under the care of hospice, so we're not responsible for making decisions. We are responsible for enacting the orders that comes from hospice and comes from the doctors. And by design, nobody is ever here completely alone, and there is always somebody on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that can either talk you through something on the phone or on Zoom or on FaceTime or physically come here to ensure that you would always feel confident that you have the support that you want, the support that you need. One of the other things that I want to share with you that we learned early on is that with lack of a feedback system So many of the direct care volunteers didn't know how good they were and didn't realize how much they had been learning. And so we actually developed a very simple system that's a checklist of different things that you get to learn how to do down here. And as you learn how to do these things, you check off, I think I know how to do this, and then you check in with a peer, and the peer will say, yeah, you do know how to do that, or maybe you could use a little bit more help. And so we call it the STAR system, and what it is bi-directional feedback, peer-led and self-evaluation led, and it's been working really, really well, and every person gets to decide how much they want to learn and how much they want to grow. And there's always places to grow into higher levels of leadership if that's something that calls to you as well. So when you think about, do I want to be a volunteer in service, can you or do you want to learn how to have a beautiful grounded presence and way of being? Are you willing to learn about the operational systems? And we've got an easy way to make that happen. And then can you see yourself physically tending to those that are in bed or maybe out underneath the oak tree, wherever they are on any given day? Do all three of those parts call to you? And if they do, I want to welcome you to the suites.